Back at it again, and Elon Musk recently sat down with Tucker Carlson, and if you watch my YouTube shorts, you've probably seen a short from this interview where Elon was talking about the whole Epstein list. Definitely check out my YouTube shorts if you haven't seen that one, because I think Elon is on to something with that. But I want to react to the rest of the interview with you guys. Not the whole thing, because it's like 2 hours long. So we're just going to be skipping around a little bit here, because there's some interesting topics that they obviously touch on. And Elon Musk is obviously a very, very intelligent individual. And he's been very well plugged into the Trump campaign. So with that being said, let's dive in.
If he loses, man, what? You're fucked.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but I get.
I have no plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
Oh, I know.
Well, the Kamala puppet, I call her. The machine that the Kamala puppet represents.
Yeah, she's irrelevant. I mean, she's not even.
No. I made a joke which I realized I deleted, which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless. What do you achieve? Nothing.
No, it's totally
just find
right.
another puppet.
Exactly. That's.
It's no point in killing.
It's deep and true, though.
Nobody's trying to kill Joe Biden.
It's in.
It would be pointless.
Totally. You actually put that up?
Yeah. Now, some people interpreted it as though I was calling for people to
of course.
assassinate her, but I was like, no, even I was like, doesn't it seem strange that no one's even bothered to try?
It's not worth it.
I mean,
there's an endless supply.
Yeah, like nobody would. It's absurd.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. Nobody's going to try to. Nobody tries to assassinate a puppet.
Of course not. A marionette.
Yeah, marionette. It's just like.
I think everybody knew what Elon meant when he said that, but of course leftists have to try to bend and twist everything and try to turn it into something that it's actually not. Nobody's calling for that to happen to Kamala. Nobody. And if there was a Republican that was, I would immediately say that they were absolutely bat crap crazy. Okay, I'm gonna keep it PG here. Because that's unacceptable, right? You don't have to knock somebody off to beat them. Like, we already have her beat. Why do we need to go that far? Like that's just stupid. It's stupid. But yeah, let's hop into this a little bit more. Let's move on to if Trump loses topic.
I mean, my view is that if Trump doesn't win this election, it's the last election we're going to have. The Democrats, the Dem machine, has been importing so many people, bringing in so many illegals, flying in with this like CBP border app thing that nobody even knew about, like secret program. That's illegal, basically. It's illegal, but there's no action by DOJ to actually to stop it from happening. They're transporting large numbers of illegals to swing states. If you look at the numbers, these are the numbers from the government website. So like from the Democrat-administered government websites. Like, where do you get this data? From the government website that is run by Democrats. And there are triple-digit increases in illegals to all the swing states. And in some cases, it's like 700% over the last 3 years. Now, these swing state margins are sometimes 10, 20,000 votes. So what happens if you put, hundreds of thousands of people into each swing state? And when somebody is granted asylum, they are fast-tracked. They can get a green card, and then 5 years after the green card, they can get citizenship and they can fully legally vote. And when they do so, they vote overwhelmingly Democrat. And sometimes I get this rebuttal of like, well, a lot of them, their social values don't align with sort of the far left sort of woke ideology. I said, that's true, but that's not their top priority. Their top priority is getting their friends and family also to the United States. And the Dems also issue all these programs, these sort of handouts, essentially, that make them beholden to the Democratic Party. So they vote Dem.
He's 1,000% correct, unfortunately. If we don't win this in less than a month, honestly, and I've adjusted my number, and I'm going to adjust it again today, we will have probably like a 10% chance of winning in 2028 with a serious Republican. Not a rhino, but like an actual, true, through and through Republican. We'll have like a 10%, maybe even 5. Like, it's going to be basically impossible. Basically impossible. And I believe that they will ensure that, right? So that's why these hurricanes, and I've made a couple of videos on it, like, they don't feel right. And I'm like, man, I'm a little worried. I am. And y'all know I'm going to always keep it honest with you, but these hurricanes tearing through these red counties, not only just in, right, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, but now it's about to tear through a bunch of red counties in Florida. I'm a little worried. I am a little worried. And like, and a lot of you agree, like something about these hurricanes doesn't feel right. Can't pinpoint it. I don't know what it is, but something just doesn't feel right. And they're like going straight through heavy red. Of course, you'll see some blue dots here or there, but for the most part, these hurricanes are tearing through bright red areas. So come election day, and I hate to even say this, if Florida goes blue, I wouldn't be completely shocked. If North Carolina goes blue, I wouldn't be completely shocked. If Georgia, right, I wouldn't be completely shocked because of the devastation that has recently happened. So if you know anybody that lives in these areas, make sure, well, first off, make sure they're okay, but make sure that they vote. Make sure that they vote. I'm telling you. That's just my gut feeling, man. That's just my gut feeling. But let's continue on.
Machine.
Yes.
And she will say whatever the teleprompter, whatever's on the teleprompter, she's going to say it.
Yes.
Now she gets stuck if the teleprompter breaks. That happened recently. I think the teleprompter stalled, and she was just like looping for a while, for about a minute. So I think that happened yesterday or something. It was pretty funny to watch. But she'll just say whatever words are on the teleprompter. So, it's really whoever controls the teleprompter is the actual sort of, that's who's actually in charge.
And who is that, do you think?
Well, I've tried to pin it down. It's not like any one kind of mastermind. It's not like, it seems to be, it's like Kamala's sort of a marionette with, 1,000 puppet masters type of thing. Like not, it's or maybe it's somewhere north of 100 is what it seems like.
Yes. I bet you know 80 of them.
I probably know most of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just by virtue of your job and what you've been doing for the last 30 years, I mean, you just, and I should say, I think you voted for Biden.
I'd like to see a matchup of those, call it the top 100 puppet masters on the FD client list.
Do you think there's some overlap?
Strong overlap. Strong overlap.
When are we going to see that list, do you think?
I don't know. It's mind-blowing that they've not tried to prosecute even one. Not even the worst offender on the Epstein client list. They've not even tried to prosecute even one. That's insane.
Well, because they have a lot of diabetic grandmothers who were outside the Capitol on January 6th. They're kind of occupied.
Yeah, they've put like whatever 500 or 600 January 6th protesters in prison, and not one person on the Epstein client list.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only asked that because...
Ooh, that makes some sense, don't it? All of these folks who are randomly coming out here asking for censorship, Bill Gates is one of them. Hillary Clinton's another. John Kerry's another, right? All of these people talking about censorship. We gotta censor everything, right? Makes you wonder, is that why? Have they all like gotten together behind the scenes and said, hey, this can never come out because if I go down, I'm making sure you go down with me. And so they're all like linking together like, no, you know? And I said this before, but I think one key sign of all of these folks being guilty is after November 5th, when Trump wins, which I still project he will win, but I am a little worried. Make no mistake about it. My confidence level has dropped a little bit, you know, with these hurricanes, and depending on the devastation from this next one, it might drop a little bit more. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, all right? Just being 100% honest. But if Trump wins and people start leaving or people start retiring, we'll know. We'll know. First off, it'll be cause to celebrate because we're back, baby, and they know it. But then also we'll know we were correct. They were all corrupt. And they're just getting out of Dodge. And maybe I'm going to save that for another video. Because I was about to get into a whole little, I'm going to save that for another video. But let's move on to what he had to say about religion. Let's check it out.
Yeah. I mean, part of it, I suppose, is sort of the decline of religion. So, you know, as the saying goes, nature abhors a vacuum. So when you have essentially a decline in religion, an increase in the secular nature of society, for most people, they need something to fill that void. And so they adopt a religion. It's not called a religion, but effectively like woke, the woke mind virus.
Yes.
It takes the place of religion.
Yes.
And they internalize it and they feel it with religious fervor.
Yes.
And
rigidity.
Yes. Yes. And they, you know, they essentially conduct like a holy war, effectively. It's just not called a religion, but it is a religion, sort of a woke holy war.
And that's facts. That's facts. Make America religious again. I love it. I love it. You know, because even if we just want to talk about just godly principles, right? I think that would just be good for America. You don't have to walk around, you know, being a Bible thumper or anything like that, but just godly principles or Christian principles, I think would be great to be brought back to America. You got a lot of crazy stuff going on out here in these streets, even, I mean, just from the top down, right? We just literally talked about some billionaires possibly doing some terrible things to the little ones amongst us, right? And all the way down. Seen some absolutely horrific stuff. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on in America, but just in the world in general. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's crazy out here. But let's move on to this last little bit, and then I'll close out this video.
Instead, politically motivated liars are in charge of the future. It seems a little sketchy. Last question, you really kind of pulled out a lot of stops to help Trump. You're on stage yesterday. If he gets elected, will you continue to help him?
Yeah,
how?
Absolutely. So we've talked about kind of a government efficiency commission, or the Department of Government Efficiency, which is a funny...
what percent? Sorry, I'm just laughing because I love it. You managed to make it sound a little sinister, government efficiency. What percentage of Google employees did you can when you got there?
You mean Twitter?
Rather. I beg your pardon. Sorry, you just been talking about Google. Twitter.
Yeah. Well, we're about 80%. And we've actually improved the features and functionality of the site more in the past year and a half than the last, I don't know, 8 years, with 20% of the staff. So
I just want to throw that out for context. So you've talked to Trump about some kind of commission?
Which he's mentioned publicly several times, and he's very supportive of having some kind of, government efficiency commission. Can call it Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. I kind of like DOGE. It's more fun. Where we just take a look at all the federal agencies and say, do we really need whatever it is, 428 federal agencies? Like, if there's so many that people have never even heard of, and that have overlapping areas of responsibility, we should, I don't know, we should get, there are more federal agencies than there are years since the establishment of the United States, which means that we've created more than one federal agency per year on average. That seems a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So we should have, that seems crazy. I think we should be able to get away with 99 agencies. I don't know. That seems like a lot of agencies.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
2 per state. That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. We should have fewer agencies, and they certainly shouldn't have overlapping responsibilities. And then we need some kind of, we just need a review of regulations to say which ones are sensible and which ones are not.
Oh crap, who's the guy that was like, afuera, afuera, and he was just like throwing out all of these government agencies when he won? Is it the president of Argentina or something? Javier Malay, I believe that's his name, Javier Malay. And hey, people love him. That country has been running very, very well since he's taken over. And I showed you guys the video where he afuera, afuera, afuera. Like, he had all these government agencies like on this board, and just afuera, just ripping this one off. Afuera, just it was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I think that is a fantastic idea. We don't need 400 plus government agencies. Really, I think 99 is too many. Okay, now, of course, I'm not in government, so maybe 99 is necessary for whatever reason, but just looking at, America as a whole, like, I just don't believe 99 is necessary. I think we could probably get away with, 50, maybe, and that even sounds like a lot, right? 40, probably, okay, and actually make people do the job that they're supposed to be doing. How about that, right? You heard Elon bought Twitter, or X now, and fired 80% of the work staff. And it works better now than it was working before. Never skipped a beat. Didn't skip a beat. Fired 80% of the people and didn't skip a beat. And we can't do that with our government that is absolutely bloated with not only just the spending, right? But like you said, all of these random government agencies that, and I agree that we probably have never even heard of a lot of these. Just ridiculous stuff. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit worried with these hurricanes. But I do think Trump is still projected to win and on track to win. But we have to make sure that all of these people in these red counties, I know it might seem a bit harsh because it is a tragedy. But if you think this is bad, if you think it's bad for me to say this in a tragedy now, just wait and see what's going to happen when Democrats win because of these tragedies, right? And these red counties weren't able to vote. The people just said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to worry about X, Y, Z. There's going to be tragedy after tragedy, and Democrats aren't going to do a thing about it, and there's not going to be anything that we can do because they imported a bunch of voters. So what we say ain't going to matter at all because our vote is going to be washed out because of all the illegals that are going to vote for them no matter what. So Hate me if you want to for not being sensitive enough for people who are going through tragedies, which I believe I have been sensitive enough. I've tried to call even more attention to it, right? And talked about how disgusting it is, what Kamala has been doing to these people, right? And I believe she's only doing it to these people because it's a bunch of red counties. Okay, so they weren't gonna vote for her anyway, and that's why I think the response at minimum was very, very slow. In my humble opinion, but we got to make sure these folks vote. We have to. Like I said, you can say that's insensitive, whatever. But if you think that is, just wait until Democrats win. We've watched them do it time and time again, and it's only going to be worse because they'll know that they won't ever be voted back out. We watched them do it with Maui. We've watched them do it with East Palestine. And now we watched them do it with North Carolina in these red counties. And who knows what's going to happen with Milton. Like, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. They're probably going to do it again. And it's going to be on a worse scale because they're going to have illegals. Well, there'll be citizens at that point that will just be able to vote them back into office forever. Just saying. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.